What is Islamophobia? It affects millions of people around the world, but especially in our communities here in Australia. Let's explore this issue together. Islamophobia is not just a term, it has real-life consequences. It affects individuals in schools, communities, and even online. But what does it actually look like, and how can we address it? Islamophobia refers to the fear, prejudice, or hatred towards Muslims. This fear is often based on stereotypes, misconceptions, or a lack of understanding about Islam and its followers. It manifests in various ways, from the words people use to how they act and how they treat others. The roots of Islamophobia run deep, especially after significant events like September 11. These events fueled suspicion and fear towards Muslim communities in Australia and around the world, affecting the way Muslims were treated in public and private places.
Our very freedom came under attack in a series of deliberate and deadly terrorist acts.
Media portrayals, geopolitical tensions, and conflicts have also shaped the way Muslims are viewed in the West, often leading to negative stereotypes and unfair generalizations.
Islam Morrison also has urged religious leaders to ensure radicalism doesn't grow in their community.
Even though Islam is the second largest religion practiced in Australia, many Muslims continue to face discrimination in their daily lives. For many, Islamophobia leads to feelings of isolation, fear, and the wrongful assumption that they hold extreme or harmful beliefs simply because of their religion.
My experience with Islamophobia, we were a group of girls, and I know especially being a Muslim girl, because we're wearing the hijab, we were yelled at. It was a group of women. They came really close to us and we got really scared. We were trying to press the button wasn't opening, and then all of a sudden we just ran out. They yelled at us and they told us that Muhammad wasn't real, to just Google search it and to just go pray to Jesus, or they just kept yelling at us and swearing at us, and we didn't really want to make it worse, so we just avoided it and we turned away.
However, there have been a couple of incidents where I've directly been harassed verbally. Funny enough, both of those incidents were on train or public transport.
So this was definitely my first encounter. So I was walking down to the shops. Some lady turned to me and she spat on me. I was definitely in shock, so I only turned around because she had just walked away, didn't say anything. It was very disturbing to me. It just made me feel really belittled, and I definitely thought about it for a very long time.
I went to a Christian school as well. They didn't allow me to pray. They definitely didn't allow me to wear hijab. I would walk into the classroom and people would say as a joke, "Oh, she's the terrorist walking into the classroom." And they may think that it's a joke, but I feel over time it just becomes something that I got upset over. And recently even I was wearing the kufiya for the Palestine protest, and I was walking around the Melbourne CBD, and the amount of dirty looks I got from people, and people just yelling terrorist in my face, it kind of just made me feel like a bit insecure in a way.
So what happened is when we went to go pray, it was inside one of those changing rooms for the babies and the parents. So when we went in there were two teenage girls. What happens is as we start praying, the girls throw this little box of blackberries at us, which was very interesting. It startled me a little bit, but I just continued my prayer. My mate actually had to stop his prayer because he was the one who got hit by the blackberries. They just wanted to attempt to maybe interrupt us. I'm not quite sure.
There was the protest going on for Palestine, and there's this old man. He's like, "What do you have on your head, and what is that? That's disgusting, and I hope Israel wins." And we're just teenagers and we don't we don't know what to do.
What I think contributes to Islamophobia is obviously stigmas and stereotypes, and I think the main perpetuators of those stigmas and stereotypes is what is represented in the media. Obviously the media inaccurately represents Islam and Muslims themselves.
The media plays a significant role in shaping how we view different communities. When Muslims are consistently portrayed as threats, it creates fear and perpetuates misunderstanding. TV programs, news outlets, and movies sometimes reinforce harmful stereotypes, which divides communities and strengthens prejudices. However, we all have a role to play in combating Islamophobia. The best way to do so is by promoting understanding, empathy, and education, tools that break down misconceptions and foster mutual respect. By engaging in open dialogue, asking questions, and listening to one another, we can create communities where differences are celebrated, not feared. One of the most effective ways to overcome stereotypes and prejudice is by building bridges between communities. When we take the time to understand each other, we can foster unity and break down barriers. Education plays a key role in tackling Islamophobia. By learning about different cultures and histories, we can challenge harmful stereotypes and reduce ignorance. Classrooms provide a valuable space to start these important conversations. By discussing issues like Islamophobia, we can create an environment of understanding and respect. Reporting an incident of Islamophobia doesn't have to fall solely on the victim. If you are a bystander who has witnessed something, speak up. It can be confronting and uncomfortable. If you don't feel safe to address it in the moment, make sure to reach out to a trusted adult who can support you and the people involved. If you or somebody you know has experienced Islamophobia and requires support, you can reach out to the Islamic Council of Victoria, a peak Muslim body providing care and support to individuals who have experienced or witnessed Islamophobia in Victoria. Additionally, you can report an incident to the Islamophobia Register at islamophobia.com.au, a national organisation dedicated to assisting victims and witnesses and developing strategies to combat Islamophobia. Stand up for what is right. Educate. Empathise. Act. We can all be a part of the solution. Let's all stand together in the fight against Islamophobia and work towards a world where everyone is valued and respected.